Talk to me with Adedoja Allen.
Topic for tonight's discussion is let's discuss your past. Yes, what do you think? What I mean by this is, do you think that, on big question, do you think that it's appropriate, it's healthy, it's wise to bring up the past, to talk about your past in your relationship leading to marriage? Let's focus on relationship leading to marriage or marriage itself. Of course, your courtship before marriage is always the time. We've talked about that in several topics. It's always a get to know period between yourself and your husband, or your husband to be. What do you think? If you ask anyone, they'll probably tell you that you need to be completely honest to build a strong relationship. Do you agree? Do you agree? Do you, my listener, do you agree? Well, there's no denying that being open and honest about who you are, what you like and dislike is essential for a healthy relationship. That's the start, But how honest should you be in that relationship? Should you tell your partner everything about your past? Should you? What do you think? Is it healthy to talk about past relationships? Is it wise to talk about past relationships or past, maybe not relationship, past episodes, past experiences, pleasurable, unpleasurable? Is it okay not to tell your partner everything? Before the end of the show, I will share a short story, and I would really like to hear your opinion on what you think. I have two stories to talk about, just to sort of buttress this, and then we take it up from there, what we think. Many of different, it doesn't have to be exact what we're talking about, but it could be one or two other episodes that is similar, at least it refers to your past. Personally, I think that since your experience is part of your life, whether you like it or not, it has shaped you into who you are today. You can't just leave it behind. You can't leave your past behind, so to speak. Yes, we do say let's leave it behind and move on, blah blah blah, that cliche that we all talk about. But the topic of the past can just come up at any stage of your relationship, and when it does, how do you deal with it? How you deal with it can make or break your relationship or your marriage. So tonight we're going to explore the debate on whether or not to tell your spouse about your past. We'll talk about how to discuss your past in a way that doesn't harm your relationship when you choose to talk about it. So let's get to it. Let's just get to it now. Not everyone likes to share the nitty-gritty of their past. Some want to take things to the grave. Some would just rather die with it. While others are okay with divulging every detail about their history, their past, what has happened, and all of those. Some people are just comfortable with talking about it. Which are you? Are you the one? My phone lines are buzzing. Okay. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Now, wow. Die.
Hello?
Good evening.
Hello?
Good evening.
Oh, yeah. Hello?
Good evening.
Please call me back. Number again is 07001051. The line was not clear there. And the alternate number is 0909-916-4403. I pray that the telephone lines will work smoothly tonight. So, like I was, talking about, which are you? Are you the type of person that will discuss your past or not? No matter how much you're willing to share, remember that every relationship is unique. Some people just want full disclosure of their partner's past. Some people would appreciate or would rather you tell me or tell, you know what I mean, tell them about the past. Others are just fine with getting the outline. They're just fine. So which are you? It depends on which you are. There's no regret or feeling sorry about which one you are. It is who you are. But ensure that you communicate the one that you are to your partner or to your spouse so that they know. I like to know the past, this and this and this. Just go on about it and, let the discussion come up when you're both courting. And I think, again, that we need to be, again, clear that this discussion should be before the marriage, not when you get into the marriage and then discussing it now starts to sort of cause a problem between both of you. It's going to seem like you deceived the other party into the marriage. So I advise that it's always best to talk about this. Leave the other party to make their choice or make their decision on if they want to continue with rather the relationship or the marriage. But there are certain things from your past that has made you who you are today, though, in any case. So I believe that telling your partner about them is important to building that strong connection. It is important. And then it also portrays you as a very honest person. I'm not here to deceive you. I want you to know what it is. Even though I've had instances that I know of people that have talked about their past, and it did affect the marriage. The marriage broke up eventually. The guy couldn't handle the past. So again, it depends. At least it's better for the person to know, rather than hearing something outside or and then it's just so telling your partner about your past is just what gives them an idea of who you are, what you've been through, what was missing in your past relationship, and what baggages you're carrying from it, all the things that you've been through, the kind of past that you've had, the kind of growing up that you had, parents maybe. So it's no big deal. You're just letting the person know where you're coming from and then giving them that option of choosing whether they want to live with you with it, or not. But again, what if you share everything, as I did say, and then your partner just doesn't know how to handle it? What if he or she doesn't know how to handle it? Some people get so obsessed with their partner's past relationship or experience and start to suffer from retroactive jealousy, or in some other case, they use it to hurt their partner, or worse, sharing it can just be a bit, but sharing everything can end the relationship you're even trying to protect. So I'm sure this is one of the reasons most people don't like to share their past. So you might be asking yourself, is it really important to tell your partner everything about your past? I'd like to know. Do you think it's extremely important? Do you think if you don't tell your partner, you are being unfair, you are being deceitful? The short answer is yes. It is important to talk to your partner about your past. It is important. It is. However, it doesn't mean that you should share everything. It doesn't mean. But at least talk about it. All right, the phone lines have been buzzing. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from? I hope the lines are clear. Hello.
Good evening. Good evening, Mr. Adedoja.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Jeremiah. I'm calling from Adedoja.
Your name is?
Jeremiah.
Okay.
Jeremiah.
Sorry.
Yes.
Hi, Jeremiah. All right, so talk to me. You know the topic of discussion. What do you think?
Yes.
Are you married, first of all?
Yes, I'm married.
Right. So tell me, do you think that bringing up the past before or during the marriage is wise?
Yeah, it's absolutely wise.
Okay. It's a good thing. You agree?
It's absolutely right.
Right.
Because
okay.
Although you have so many experiences that people go through, okay. And that's why nobody is perfect in life. Agreed. But it's also good that you live a responsible, youthful life.
Right.
Because if you do not live a responsible, youthful life, you are going to definitely have challenges to want to disclose every of your past. So, because there are some gory secrets that you may not be able to reveal if you have lived a very reckless life as a young person.
Okay.
So that's why it's always advisable that when they are asking you or when they are advising you, to live right. It's because of the future. So that you'll be able to have confidence in seeing virtually everything that you have done in your past.
Right.
So that is why it's good.
Correct.
And it is the right thing to do. People will not want to do it if they live the reckless life that they don't. For instance, it could be both male and female. So let's take, for instance, a female that has led a reckless life in a youthful age.
Yeah.
Maybe she had and most of these things is the issue of abortion. You've had abortion sexually and you couldn't conceive again. So that type of naked truth, you will not want to disclose it.
Right.
You will not want to disclose it.
Right.
But it is always good before you enter into the relationship. Let each party know, like as a male, tell your story. The female should also tell their story, because one thing about life is that no matter how long, it will definitely find its way out one day.
Exactly.
So it's always good to start the relationship on the pedestal of the truth. The truth is bitter, but it is advisable to start on the platform of the truth.
Exactly.
Because it will always stand the test of time. It will stand the test of time.
Correct.
Any form of lie can be blown open at any point in time. It can be blown open, and that when it is blown open, you might have gone far in the marriage.
Right.
So it's better to lay everything to the table. I'm saying this because of my own perspective anyway. Some other people that have other perspectives may not want to say it, like, because of the kind of life they led. But at least for the young ones, to think that, okay, this is the reason when they say live right, live responsibly, so that you will be able to have the confidence, to say the truth at any point in time. So that my take is that it's good and it's the right thing to do. To lay everything to the table. If the other partner still wants to go with it, when the whole truth has been said, let the person continue. If he doesn't want to go, it's better now than never. That'll be that later in the marriage.
All right.
That's my take on that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so very much, Jeremiah. Quite detailed contribution there. Yeah. Thank you so much. City 1051 FM. We are your number one lifestyle station. Time check, it's 47 minutes past the hour of 8 p.m. tonight. The topic for discussion on Talk to Me with myself, Adedoja Allen, is let's talk about your past. What do you think? Jeremiah's advice there that it's better and always better to let, should we say, the cat out of the bag? To let it all out before the marriage, so that nothing, no surprises when both of you start your relationship. Oh, okay, I lost the color there. Right, so but I think it doesn't mean that sharing everything, like I did say, you don't have to share everything. That's all the detail. You might decide to keep one or two to yourself. So far, at least you know that it's safe, or maybe you talk around it. If you don't want to delve into it, it might be fine. There are things from your past that have no bearing on your current relationship. So if you think that it's not going to have any effect, then you might not bring it up. Hello. Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello. Can
Yes.
you hear me very well?
Very well. Perfect. Very well. The line is clear now. Oh, I lost the color there. Sorry about that. So, I was saying that there are things from your past that have no bearing on your current relationship. So, you can keep them to yourself. For example, certain discussion about your ex. I'll take the call again. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from? Yes, good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Can I remain anonymous?
Yes, you can.
The parties might be listening.
Oh, please go ahead.
It bothers between myself, my wife, and one of my friends that used to be my ex.
Okay, so your wife and then the friend is a lady?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I actually told my wife about it, but I didn't want to mention my name because of the ex she might be listening. I don't want our marriage because she's also married now.
Okay.
I don't want our marriage to have issues.
All right.
You understand?
That's fine.
So I
That's
will
okay.
remain anonymous.
Perfect. That's
What
fine.
really happened is that we got so far to the point. I never had to sleep with any woman until marriage. And our case, the ex case, was so close that we were both panned down, but nothing happened eventually.
Was this before marriage or?
Yes, before marriage.
Okay.
Yes. So, because at the point we were both pants down, I asked myself a question: was I going to marry this lady? And I paused because I couldn't answer myself, you know. So, but she didn't get to know. So she thought probably I wanted to have her as a fling, and because she said she was a virgin, so I felt guilty and I stopped. But that was
Is virgin her?
I stopped. No, I did not.
Okay.
I did not.
Okay.
But she thought I stopped based on that statement. But I stopped because I couldn't answer a question within myself.
Oh, I see.
You get the point?
I see, yeah.
So, up until my marriage, I think a year or two after, she now came up wanting to scandalize it. Like as if I saw her nakedness, I took her pants down. So she called me up, trying to, scandalize it. You understand the point?
Okay, yeah.
So, but because I had discussed it with my wife, I was so confident to tell her to go ahead.
Okay.
So it's good to always discuss these things.
Right.
You can't just tell when
Where
it will come up.
I like that
And
angle.
like the Yoruba say, irọ́ lọ fún ọdún, jọkọ ló máa bá. You can't hide it. It will come up. Even if you have aborted and you can't be a child anymore. I, for one, if my wife told me she could not bear children anymore, I was set in my mind to adopt.
Oh, wow.
In worst case scenario, I'm going to fly her out. She will adopt over abroad and bring the baby home. So nobody knows if it was her.
Excellent. At what point did you tell your wife about her? At what point in the marriage or the relationship?
No, just maybe some months to marriage. Because I sat her down and I said, please tell me all the ugly things you have done.
Ugly things.
I don't want to hear it from someone else.
No surprises.
Yes. And I told her also all the ugly things I've done. You know the funny thing on my wife's part?
Tell me.
One day in church, she now tapped me. We were in service. She now said, look at your back road. And I turned back, and she told me that guy had it down with her before. I said, is he one of the guys you told me of? And she said yes. And you know what? After service, I went to shake the guy. We are now friends. Because she told me. Because she told me. If she had not told me about it, I will be cross with her. In fact, what I told her in the service was, I said, now that you are showing me the guy, you told me of him, I didn't know him physically.
Exactly. I was going to ask, why did she show
me the guy?
Right.
Do you want me to go and report him to pastor?
I like that.
I just make
a joke out of it. Oh, bless.
I've known about it. I've known about it. Don't bother. I'm fine. You get the point.
Yeah.
So
does she say hello to the guy? Do they greet each other or one another?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
But the guy didn't know what she told me.
I see.
But I made the joke out of it because I know it already.
Wow,
so
interesting.
It's always good to say.
Thank you.
It's always good.
Unfortunately, I don't know. So I'm just going to say thank you, Mr. Anonymous. Thank you for your contribution there. I like that angle. Where it's coming from, he agrees strongly, especially in a situation where maybe that person wants to resort to blackmail. Then you know that you're covered. Your partner or your spouse knows about it. So I like that. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from? I think I've lost that caller. Oh, wow. Wow, I like that. I'm actually really thinking about it. And now I'm very much in support of tell, so that nobody comes in future to blackmail you. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Madam Adedoja.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good. Good evening.
Well, I'm on transit anyway.
Hello?
I said I'm on transit.
Okay, what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Jonathan. How are you doing?
Your name is?
Jonathan.
Okay.
Jonathan.
Hi, Jonathan. Hi.
I'm good. How are you, ma?
Fine, thank you. Okay, let's have your
I'll rather-
contribution. Yeah, go on.
I would rather put a question
You'd rather put the question
to you.
to me. Okay, go ahead. Speak up a little bit so I can hear you well.
Okay.
Thank you.
What will be your reaction if, for example, I want to get married to you and I now reveal all my bad past to you? What will be your reaction?
That's to me?
Yes,
You want to know my own reaction?
yes.
Well, for me, personally, by my own nature, your past is your past. That's
Okay.
me. No matter how ugly it is, it's gone. I'm sure that you yourself will know that it's your past. You're never going to go back to it again, and that's why it's called.
Exactly.
That's why it's
Now,
called the
now, you
past.
Exactly. Now, will you be willing to continue with me? What I'm asking is this. Naturally.
Okay.
So,
I'm struggling to hear you. Hello, Jonathan.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, it's breaking. The line is breaking.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can. Go ahead.
Okay, I said naturally.
Right.
Naturally, people will not want to disclose their past, especially when it's on the negative side.
Well, it depends on the person, and that's what we're talking about on the show. The last 2 or 3 callers have advised that it's better to talk about it. The last caller did say that to avoid blackmail, that his ex-girlfriend threatened to bring it up, blackmail him, tell your wife, tell the pastor, and all of those things. He's a lot more. No, he was. Hold on, Jonathan. But he was, very confident and comfortable because he had already told his wife about it. So if you again look at it from that angle, no matter how ugly it is, just to save yourself from blackmail, running from pillar to post, you might take the side of telling your partner the past, so that if anybody comes, no matter how ugly it is, and they say, "Oh, Jonathan, I'm going to go and tell the press this, I'm going to go and do this, you said you did this, you're like, go ahead, I've already told my wife about it." Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I guess that is just one.
Yes,
Why I'm asking anyway?
Go
Why
on.
I'm asking is very simple. You understand?
Tell me.
I like what the first caller said.
Okay.
Yes, I like what he said. It is important that all of us right now realize the kind of life we are living. Not especially me, but everybody, all of us at the point in time, we come to have children. And for me, some of our past affect the children that we bring to this world. And that's the reason why we need to be very, very
careful. I guess what you're trying to say is that we should wait. Say some and keep some.
Exactly. It's a grace that God has given all of us.
Right.
Naturally, everybody want to go the bad way and do a lot of things.
Right.
And, a lot things happen now. But we need to have that self-control to control ourselves. Because you are not living for yourself alone. You are not. So I go with the first caller.
I think you also have a good point. It's also wise. Yes, you also have a good point. Very, very. Thank you very much, Jonathan. Thank you for that. Yes, you also have a good point, Jonathan, because again, you're saying that it's better to be wise. Some say and some don't, because especially because children are involved, and you're trying to protect the children. Again, I like that angle. So you see that we're opening up quite a lot. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening, Mom.
Yes,
My
sir.
name is Elijah.
Your name is?
Elijah.
Okay. Hello, Elijah. So talk to me. Let's talk about past. What do you think?
Most of the callers, they've actually focused on the LD part. So if you're free to discuss your happy moments, you should also be free to discuss your ugly part.
Okay.
And now the last caller said we should wait. Now, and this is what I gotta say. If you want to wait, it actually means you are weighing it, because you are saying it after the marriage, in the presence of the kids, or after you started bearing kids. If you're actually saying it before the marriage, and you guys have mutual understanding to share both sides, when you share this, it is done for. There's nothing like trying to replay it again. But when you already have kids before the discussion comes up, yeah, you want to wait because it might have an effect, because you guys are no longer single. You're now parents, married parents. So you need to wait in that instance. But if it's just a relationship or a marriage in process, I think you should really say everything. Because even your happy moments can be used against you. I could go to club when I was a youth and get married to the pastor, the daughter of the pastor, and somebody that saw me then could actually take that picture of my happy moment. It wasn't ugly. I give it to the man. I probably made us sort of the marriage or the engagement. So it's not just the ugly part. I think everything with this that you think, or even if you don't think with your partner should know, you should be able to share it. You might not remember everything at once, but if you share the most important part, as the marriage goes on, or as your relationship goes on, the more you stay with that person, the more of yourself you will reveal. But I don't see any reason to start weighing options or weighing what to take. Because when you weighing it's almost like picking the one that will favor you.
I see.
And leaving the one that you think will actually put you in trouble.
All right.
There's always the two sides of the coin.
We can also look at it from that angle. I like the debate. Thank you so much, Elijah. Thank you for your contribution there. I also like this. I like this discussion because it's coming out as a debate for and against. And the people that are for are really talking about it, and the people that are against are also talking about it. I like Elijah's contribution as well. Says, okay, if you hold back some, it's going to seem like you're holding back the one that is in your favor. Okay, you can also look at it at that. So honestly, every contribution has a very, very punchy point. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good evening.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Steven.
Mr. Steven, okay. Talk to me.
Calling from Festac.
Festac, okay. Welcome to the show. So talk to me. What do you think about telling your spouse the past?
No, I just want to tell you my own experience.
Okay, tell me.
Yeah, what happened was, formally, I was married 2013.
Okay.
I got married 2013. We were doing fine in our familyhood. So along the line, not until 2018, not 2019, I lost my job.
Okay.
And we have two kids.
Okay.
So after I lost my job 2019, I relocated from where I was staying. I was staying in Adedoja with my family.
Okay.
That was where I was staying with my family. So when I lost my job, I was working with federal government in Abuja. So when I lost my job along the line, my wife now left me.
Oh.
So when she left me, I relocated back to Lagos 2020.
Okay.
Until date, as I'm communicating to you now, I so much love my wife.
Wow.
I have gone back to her family. I begged, I talked to them. The family discouraged her that since I have lost my job, how do I take care of the family? So I need your advice now. I so much love my wife.
So how long have you lost your job, or have you been out of a job?
Yeah, I lost my job. I will start working with the federal government since year 2003.
Okay, and so you lost the job in 2013, did you say?
2019.
Oh, 19.
Yes, I got married 2013.
So you got married 2013, and then you lost your job 2019, and Madam left you.
Yes.
Because you lost your job. That sounds...
Yes.
If she remembers your wedding vows, isn't it for better, for worse, in health and in sickness and all of those things at the wedding vows?
I have tried all my possible best, but the parents discourage her that since I have lost my job, they don't want their daughter to suffer.
I see.
And my two kids are still with the parents. My two kids are with her.
Okay, so first of all, what are you doing about getting a job, another job?
Presently now in Festac, I have a place I'm managing.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
I have a job I'm managing, but what I earned then, I was working with federal government, is not up to what I'm earning now.
okay.
Yes.
So,
So I
okay.
need an advice.
Well, the advice is you should keep at it. You love your wife. Thank God for that. I'm happy about that. And
I love my wife so much.
yes, and it's unfortunate that shouldn't have happened because you lost your job. She's supposed to stand by you, but okay, since it's happened like that, we forgive her. But keep at it. Keep talking to her. Pray again about it. Involve God. Prayerfully approach it, and then do a lot about getting something doing again. Getting another job, and so that at least their concerns are taken care of because you have a job. Okay, so you do something about
I'm
it.
hearing you.
Say that again.
I said I'm hearing you.
Yes. So that's what I would advise. You're doing the right thing by still asking her to come back, and you love her, and that's the right thing to do. But also fulfill your own part. Look for a job. Try and get something doing that will give her that comfort, since that is what she wants. You see what I mean?
No, for now. For now, yes, I have something doing for now.
Yeah, so present that to her. Present that to her family. Let them see. It's unfortunate that you have to go that line or that route, but hey, you have to do what you have to do just to, to make yourself happy and to, come back to your wife. So go and discuss that with them and let them see that you have something doing, and then you're working at, and promise them everything will be fine. You're going to look after her. There's nothing nothing will go wrong. She's not going to suffer. Just put their minds at rest and do what you want to do. Just keep doing what you have to do as a man. Okay, I think I lost you there, Mr. Stephen. Thank you very much for your contribution there. Send me a private WhatsApp on 0909 916 4403. Let's take this discussion further again. I think I quite empathize with you on the particular instance. It shouldn't be, but it's happened like that. But okay, we're going to move on. What do we do moving on? 0909 916 4403. I like the fact, and I do appreciate the fact that you still love her and you are doing everything to come back to her. All right, so talk to me with myself, Adedoja Allen, on City 1051 FM. We are your number one lifestyle station. Time check is 6 minutes past the hour of 9 p.m. tonight. My phone lines are buzzing. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from, please?
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
My name is Tosin from Adedoja.
Your name is?
Tosin from
Tosin.
Adedoja.
All right. Hi, Tosin. Talk to me.
Fine,
Should we
very good.
discuss the past or not?
Actually, I'm still very young, and I'm young, not very young like that. So, and I'm not I'm single.
Oh, you're single. Are you in
Yes, ma'am.
Are you in a serious relationship?
Not yet, actually.
Okay. So what would you then tell me?
So I'm going to share my own idea
Okay.
of what I believe in,
Okay.
and I think that's going to help me later in future.
Okay.
So it's very, very good for you guys to talk about the past. Very, very good. The reason being that there is called as editor. Well, you trust.
I'm struggling.
Build
Tosin, I'm struggling to hear you. The line is breaking.
Can you hear now?
Okay, now I can again.
Okay. So what I was saying, if you guys talk about the past,
Okay.
number one, it builds trust.
Okay.
It builds trust, and it makes the love stronger.
Okay.
Now that is a test on its own.
Build
To test
trust.
if the guy actually like you or the girl actually like you. You understand? That's for me. That's my own idea. So if you talk about the past, if the guy looks at you and be like, she's already cheap, then it means the guy doesn't love you so deep like that. If the girl looks at you and be like, come on, this guy is not fresh guy, he'll cheat on you later. It means the girl does not like you. That's the truth, actually. It's a test on his own. You understand? If that You guys have to come outside and be like, okay, be open. What you be, you be. If the guy is for you, then he will stay. If the girl is for you, then she will stay. That's not the ideology. That's what I believe in. It's very good for both parties to be transparent. You want to let one thing to be hidden. Even if there's not going to be a scandal in the time future, one part of your mind will still be like, I'm still with this guy.
Okay. Thank you.
One part of the mind will still be like, I'm still with this guy.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Tosi. I like that. He said that it builds trust and it strengthens the love and bond between both of you if you talk about the past. Okay, so I have a case study here. Let's talk about it. I'll read. It's a lady that is narrating this. So she went, I can remember hiding in the bathroom when I was small, scared that my father was going to touch me in places where I don't feel comfortable. Some days when my mother would go out, I would lock myself in the bathroom until she came home. I had a feeling that that what my father was doing was wrong. But he always told me that he did the things he did because he loved me. I was around 7 years old when my father started abusing me sexually. The abuse didn't stop until I was 15. When I was growing up, my parents both had some serious issues that needed to be dealt with. So they yelled at each other all the time. My mother would come out of her face and call my father a bald-headed bastard. I can recall my father coming home drunk and breaking things in the house. It was hard for me to come home from school with my friends because I was scared that I was going to see my father drunk, yelling at the top of his lungs on some street corner. It was a difficult time for me. I felt so bad inside. I hated living in my house. When my father was drunk, my house was like a police station. Almost every day the police were at our house because the people who lived above us complained about all the screaming they heard. Whenever the police come, my mother would usually tell me to hide under the bed. It's always a dark moment. There was even a time when my father went after my mother with a knife. So my mother and I started sleeping in the bathroom so my father could not hurt us. It was hard sleeping in the bathroom every night. And even when I slept in the bathroom, it would still touch me when my mother was not around. Those times, the only thing I looked forward to was going to school and going out of that house. So I finally had the opportunity to leave the house. Surviving was extremely difficult, especially after I lost my mother and I had to stay with my aunt who made life unbearable. Even after some years, I met a man of my dream, a perfect gentleman. He's everything my father was not. He has been so caring, but sometimes because of the trauma my father caused me, I tend to be distant and we started having issues in the relationship. He often would ask me why I react that way or the way that I do, but I'm too scared to tell him the kind of demon I was battling inside of me. Earlier this year, he proposed and I couldn't say yes. I had to beg him to give me time to think about it. It's been 6 months since the proposal and I haven't given him an answer. So she's asking, what should she do? Should she tell him about her past and probably lose him? You see, that's her fear. Or maybe he could accept her and on the long run throw the whole thing at her face, or he could change and become a monster like her father did. At least this is how she said, at least this is how I saw most men. Or should I just accept his proposal and take this to the grave with me? Talk to me. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening, Mom.
Yes,
it's
sir.
Elijah calling back.
Okay. Hello. Hi, Elijah.
I'm fine. I did last call. I actually said something about the trust. I said when you share your past, it builds trust.
Yeah.
I totally disagree with that. It doesn't build the trust.
Okay.
I always have a reason for it. I'm way younger than him. I'm 17, but I always have a different perspective.
You are 17 years old? You're young.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Smart
Before
17.
Yeah, exactly. Before you can be able to tell someone your past, you must have been able to build a trust to a particular level. Now, you saying it will strengthen the trust, not build the trust. You saying it can either crash that trust and the person walks away from you or to strengthen it. Now, it's just like this message you're reading now. Now, the lady is scared to tell this guy because obviously she's scared that he might want to leave her, and the chances of him staying is very rare. But if they've had such a very close and communal relationship, not a one-sided relationship, where the guy has been able to share things with her, they've been able to have good conversations without anybody hiding anything, except from her past, obviously, then the guy should be able to withstand what she's going to be saying. Because obviously, he's a new man. He should have been wondering why she's behaving the way she does. I actually have a friend like that, the same story. All the past stuff when she was 15, because she ran away from the house. And she's actually free now, because she's gone married. And she had people to talk to, mentors that she's actually pulling away from that shop. But it seems the lady that sent you that text is still backing with it. I think she should just make up her mind and just face her fears and say whatever is going to happen is going to happen. Whether she says yes without telling him or saying yes personally. Because if she goes ahead with a relationship and the guy later finds out, or maybe her womb is tampered with or something, he will still get to know. If he wants to leave right now, he will still leave then. And that will be like a greater disgrace, shame. So it's better if he wants to walk away, after she says the truth, he walks away now when nobody has known about their relationship or they've not been joined in holy matrimony. But my advice to her is she just face her fears and actually tell the guy, even before saying anything about the proposal or the engagement.
Okay.
And she should start with, you might not like what I was about to say, but I just have to say it.
Right. Okay, and so she shouldn't worry about losing him, whether he would accept.
Exactly.
What if she says it and then the guy says, "Oh wow, I'm sorry, I can't get on with this." What?
It's more like denying the inevitable. If it will happen now, it also means that during the course of the marriage, it will still happen.
Right.
Whether there's a child or not.
Or not, when the guy finds out.
Exactly.
It could also be that she's trying to save face for her father. You know, this is in this case. Can you hear me? In this case, is the father involved?
I know it's your father.
Are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Hello? Okay, thank you, Elijah. Thank you so much for your contribution. So, Elijah's advice to our young friend here is to go ahead and tell the man her past. Okay, I have WhatsApp messages here. Good evening, Mrs. Doja. Been a long time or drop by. Telling your past to the one you want to spend the rest of your life with is a good one, so that when either of the spouse hears it from outside, besides, no matter what you did in the past, whoever loves you will stay with you regardless. The dozie naji din energy. Okay, all right. So that's it. All right. So we will go with that she should tell our spouse or husband to be more like it about the past. So in this case now, she needs to sit him down and talk about her past, what the father did, and and all of those, and then they need to talk about it so that she doesn't spring up a surprise when they get married. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello? Lost the caller there. Okay, time check. It's 18 minutes past 9 p.m. on City 1051 FM. We are your number one lifestyle station. Tonight's topic on Talk to Me with myself, Adedoja Allen, is let's talk about the past. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good evening, man.
Good evening.
Came back.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
No, the line is cracking. Hello? Oh,
Can you hear me now?
I'm struggling too. What's your name? Oh, it's cracking. Oh, the line is really breaking. Hello, speak again.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, it's slightly clear now. Go ahead.
Okay. Tosin, call me back, man.
Okay, hi Tosin.
Hi, man. On the issue of girl, I think she needs to undergo therapy before she can make a decision. For me, that's what I think. let her just undergo therapy.
So will the therapy help her to make up her mind on whether to tell him or not? Will the therapy take off her fears? Whether she'll lose the guy?
Not speak about fears.
Okay.
There's actually trauma that these girls go such experience, like a father molesting her at a very tender age. There's always a trauma that is always in there, like that used to affect them. So she needs to undergo therapy first.
Yeah. So the assumption is that she has undergone the therapy. Okay. And so, do you still think that she should go ahead, even after she feels much better? You know, she has fears of her greatest fear is she might lose the guy.
Let her just face the fear. If the guy really loves her, then the guy will stay.
Thank you.
Then another fear that she's having is that the guy shouldn't be a monster like her father.
Yeah, exactly.
But in the story she heard now, I think the guy is nothing close to what the father is.
She probably won't know until they get married, but of course the prayer and hope is that is not like the father. Thank you so much, Tosin.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for your contribution. Thank you. I love the conversation tonight. For and against. Should we talk about our past to our spouse or should we not? Another case study. Please listen. My husband and I have been married for 22 years. Our marriage has not been totally perfect, especially because we are looking unto God for a miracle child. However, my husband has always been good to me. He's been really supportive, and I never had any reason to doubt him, nor he me. Last week, a friend of mine told me that she heard that my husband has a fully grown child, and she already verified this information before telling me. At first, I was hesitant until she showed me the pictures of the child. It looks exactly like him. That's like our husband. So I decided to go deeper and found out that my husband is indeed the father of a child who is 26 years of age. I confronted him and he accepted that the child is his, but he has no relationship with the mother because the child was born as a result of youthful exuberance. He was not in love with the mother, and that it happened before he met me. That he planned on telling me before we got married, but he was too scared that he might lose me. And after seeing our struggle with getting pregnant, he didn't want me to feel cheated. I'm heartbroken because before we got married, I asked him if he has been married in the past or has children, and he said no. I didn't expect this from him, and it really came out as a shock. I don't know if I can trust him anymore. I feel like I've been deceived because not even his family members told me. I'm close to his sister, but she never opened up to me. He had 22 years to tell me about this, but he didn't. The sad truth is that he's the one with the issue who wouldn't or couldn't allow us to have a baby, but I stood by him. I stayed faithful, and this is what I'm getting. For it has sent his friends and family to beg me, but I don't trust him anymore. I can't take it anymore. My family has assured me that any decision I make or take, they will support it. I'm so confused. Should I leave him and start my life again at 44? How could he keep such thing for 22 years without guilt? What do we think about this? What do you think about this, my listener? All right, talk to me. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from? Okay. All right.
You know, I asked you a question. You see that it's playing up, man.
Okay, so remind me.
Yeah, I asked you now that if
you said ugly past, right?
What would be your reaction? What would be your reaction?
No. So, Jonathan, you asked me the question. This is not me, so I don't know why you're directing it to me, though.
No, I just want to get your opinion.
Okay.
Just for instance.
Okay, so you said if the past is ugly.
You can see the message you read now.
Right. No, but the message I read is not the same as you asked. You said, what if you tell the ugly thing? And I said, so far it's the past. This guy didn't tell her. He didn't tell her that he had a 26-year-old son, and that is what is upsetting her. I don't think she would have minded if he had told her before they got married. What do you think? Are you there? Oh, I lost you. Why? All right, Jonathan. So what I was trying to say is that I'm going to have to round up the show in a few more minutes. Is that she's upset? It's quite clear. She said that he didn't tell her before they got married, and she asked him, and he said no. Okay, I hope this is Jonathan calling back. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening, Mom.
Hello.
It also is. Can you hear me, Mom?
Yes, I can. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Elijah from
Okay.
Uganda. It almost feels like those people using me to talk to somebody.
Is it the same Elijah?
It's the same Elijah.
You are calling back the third time.
Yeah, the story's changing.
Okay, so go ahead, talk to me.
It all boils down to what I actually said it last time. Now, the lady has found out about the past and it has scattered the trust. As I said, telling your partner about your past does not build the trust. It could either strengthen it or weaken the trust. Now, from the man's side, now I'm not trying to justify the man. Disclaimer, what he did was wrong. But it's because of the same guilt and the fact that he is the reason they can't have a child.
Yeah.
That's why he doesn't want to say it. But he should have said it. Now, changing to the first lady, if she doesn't actually say this now, and later they get married and complications come, what this woman is facing is what that other lady's fiancé or husband will also be facing. So, her, she should actually say. Now, to this, your recent story, I think the woman she should be the one to make her decision herself. If she has been able to survive the 22 years marriage without a child, I think she can also be able to do more, or they could actually adopt a child. Or they could actually do extract the man's sperm or something and put in her incubators. They could actually have a child.
I don't think the worry is about having a child. I think the worry is how to get past the shock of he has a child and he didn't tell her prior to marriage. Anyways.
It's a lie because the man was feeling guilty because he is the reason they can't have a child.
No. The man is not even the one feeling guilty. The man tried to, I think unknown to the man before they got married, he didn't think that he was going to be responsible for not having a child. But the man didn't tell her because he was trying to protect her. Especially when they got married and he found out that they couldn't even have a child. So I think, thanks Elijah. I need to round up the show. Thank you so much. I think that, I quite understand. It's a tough one, but I wish Jonathan would call back, but I need to round up the show tonight. So what Jonathan was trying to say is that, what if the past is ugly? Yes, if no matter how bad it is, what we're saying is that tell your spouse about it so that it doesn't come as a root shock. And then, when it eventually comes out, it doesn't damage or spoil the marriage or the relationship that both of you are, or the trust. So in this case now, it's very clear that what she's hammering on, or what she's exactly talking about, is that the guy should have told her about it before they got married, especially because she did ask, do you have any a child outside, or have you been married before? So she was specific, and so based on that, the guy should have opened up because she did ask. If she didn't ask, then it's a different matter. He can sweep it under the carpet. But because she did ask, I think he owes her that explanation, just to be truthful, because she wanted to know and she didn't want any surprises in the marriage. Okay, that will be all for tonight's beautiful discussion. I totally enjoyed every bit of it. Everyone's contribution has been very impactful in the discussion for tonight. I'm so sorry, my phone lines are buzzing, but that's all I can take for tonight. So see you next time. This show makes a return next week, Thursday at 8:30 p.m. In the meantime, keep it locked down on City 1051 FM for more music. Good night.
Talk to me with Adedoja Allen.